Welcome to SayWhat in the Streets. This is Conversations with SayWhat. I am your host, Siobhan SayWhat. Today we got a special episode. We got a buddy of mine, a touring comedian. We met, I don't know how many years ago.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. I ain't had no facial hair. I was a puppy.
Yeah, man. Yes, Mickey Housley. Welcome to the show.
What's good? I've been waiting to do this.
I know, man. I've been wanting to get you for a minute. I really want to book you. That's what I need to do next.
We can do that too.
So first of all, let's talk about your incredible memory.
My incredible memory?
Yeah, because when I first met you, you didn't have like no phone or nothing. You was just like, what's your name? I'm calling you on Facebook.
I ain't had no phone. I probably didn't. I was probably between services, between Quick Cricket and T-Mobile. So I probably wouldn't. It's been so long. I think we met in 2010.
Yeah.
If I recall. I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I went on the road, actually. I think we met in, Shreveport?
Yep, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, Shreveport, yeah. Boulder.
Bossier.
Yeah,
Bossier.
Something like that. And it was somewhere in Louisiana. And it was the first time I had went on the road. Like a comedian OG took me on the road. It was like, yo, you've been doing your thing in the city. We're going to take you on the road. And I was just there along with the ride with some other comedians. They made me pump the gas at every stop. So, we was really earning our stripes on that trip when I met you at the Funny Bone.
Yes, it was the Funny Bone.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the Funny Bone. They closed it down.
Yeah. Well, they have a new comedy club in Shreveport.
They do? Okay.
Yes.
So you still keep ties out there?
I have to. I'm in the streets.
You in the streets. That is right. You in the streets. And I gotta apologize too. I didn't wear no street clothes. I know you interview a lot of rappers and drug dealers and ex-convicts. And I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm I was like, I got a gold chain. I ain't bringing or nothing. Yeah,
you could at least put on some fronts, because I know y'all got it down here in Houston. I could have got you a cup of lean or something.
Yeah, a cup of lean. I ain't bring no lean, no nothing. I just no cocaine, nothing.
That's all right, but you got the jokes though.
No hood props. Yeah, we gonna make it happen.
Yeah, because what's hip hop without comedy though?
For sure. They go hand in hand. I've done a lot of hip hop shows and all that cool stuff. So yeah, the streets love to laugh too.
Yeah, they do. So we know your name, and I just said you're from Houston. Mm-hmm. But tell us how you got started as a comedian.
I got started. I was like, so being funny, as a kid, I tell you how, like, I'm gonna take it like way back. I'm gonna start in 1995. I was in third grade. It was this little girl named Lakeisha Darden who I kind of liked a little bit. I think it was the first time I liked a girl and remember about it. And I realized one time I tripped and fell and she just bust out laughing. She was like, hey, it's so funny. And I was tripping and falling that whole year, just to get a laugh out of this girl. And so after that, I kind of realized like I had an ability to make people laugh and stuff like that. So that kind of just carried over. I get to high school, I host like the senior talent show because they used to always host a talent show every year, but everybody was always doing the same jokes every year. Like they would do this joke where, I don't know who was writing this, but they would do this joke where it was always two people hosting it. And they would be like, yo, where Corey at? Oh, I think Corey in the shower. Hey, Corey, get out the shower. So Corey he'll run on stage and he'll have like his boxers and a wife beater on and stuff like that, right? But they would literally do this joke from the time I started going to Sharptown High School in 9th grade up until my senior year. They was, no matter who the host was, they was doing this joke. And I'm like, yo, who is writing these jokes? So I said, I'm going to host this talent show next year. They let me host it. I killed it. Everybody liked. So I think that was my first taste at stand up. Now that when I think about it, I think that was my first taste at making people laugh, controlling the crowd, all that stuff. From there, when I graduated, I started doing karaoke, and I can't sing worth a damn. Can we cuss on this show? We in the street?
Yes,
okay, we can cuss a little bit. Okay. I don't know whose aunties is watching. My bad, Siobhan auntie. But yeah, I started doing karaoke, and I can't sing at all, but I was just doing silly stuff, jumping on tables. I actually broke a table and had to pay for it at a club. Yeah, they pulled me into the kitchen. It was like, you're gonna have to take care of that. Anytime a club owner pulls you into the kitchen of a club and you ain't the cook, something bad's gonna happen. So that's what happened. And so from there, I saw a dude do stand-up comedy at the karaoke show, one of the karaoke shows. He was an old cat and he was a drunk. And he did horrible. But he had one joke that did well, that got a big laugh. He was like, I promised to God I wouldn't get drunk no more. So, I don't get drunk no more. Now I get fucked up. And it got like a big laugh out of the crowd. I was like, you know what? I can do that. So I started writing, and then finally hit the stage, and the rest is history. Now I'm here in NDStreets.
Yay! You're not just in these streets, but you in them books too.
Yeah. In them books. Yeah, wrote a book, Chronicle of a Stand-Up Guy. It's about my comedian journey, all that cool stuff. A lot of stuff I just mentioned to you about how I got started. The good stuff, the bad stuff, being homeless, getting punched in the chest by Eddie Griffin, getting the cool.
Talk about that. Wait, you're not about to have that in there. Wait.
Yeah. It wasn't nothing too crazy. It was me and one of my homies, my comedian homies. We used to always go to the comedy club whenever a big name came to Houston, and afterwards we would like wait outside for them to come out so we could kind of pick their brain and stuff like that. So we see Eddie Griffin come out, and we like, yo, Eddie Griffin, man, we young comedians, we coming up, man. We just want to pick your brain a little bit. He was like, yeah, go ahead, youngsters, what you got for me? And mind you, he eating like a big, Wait,
do that Eddie Griffin impression again.
Yeah, what up, youngsters, what you got for me? Go ahead with your questions. And he eating a big plate of chicken wings, right? I guess the club get like a big plate. I can't convey how big this plate was. It was like a tray, and it was like a bunch of chicken wings, and he just eating them while we asking our little questions. Didn't offer us a chicken wing or nothing. We just looking too, like, you ain't gonna let us get. It had to been like a 50 piece. But anyways, we asked him. We was like, so what's the key to like being fearless on stage? And he was like, man, you just gotta give it to them, And remember this, they gonna hate you, okay? They gonna hate you. You saw how they was trying to heckle me when I was out there on stage because a chick was talking while he was doing the stage, and he like went into it. It was like, you saw how they was trying to heckle me when I was on stage. It don't matter what you do, they gonna hate you, but you gotta give it to them. And when he says give it to him, he looked at my boy and punched him in the chest. And I'm looking at my boy like damn. And I knew I was next. I couldn't run at this point. And he was like, you saw how I gave it to him, punched my boy in the chest. Then he looked at me. He said, you saw how I gave it to him too. Punched me in the chest. And we like, damn, did Eddie Griffin just punched us in the chest? Like I said, it wasn't nothing malicious or nothing like that, but he did punch us in the chest.
It's like a baby boy initiation.
Yeah. It was kind of like that. Yeah, we got initiated. Anytime we go to these big comedy shows, they be like, let me see your credentials. I'm like, look, we got punched in the chest by Eddie Griffin. They be like, okay, you good. Come on in. Do your thing.
Oh, man.
Never wash my chest after that.
So as a comedian, it's pretty much like the rap game or the music industry. You guys have to go out there and network with these people and get their attention in the same way.
You do. I don't know. Is that what the rappers do? Is that how they?
That's what they're supposed to do.
Okay. Well, everything online now. So people, I don't know what they be doing. The comedians is doing jokes online. I'm trying to. I'm working. I don't know what the rappers is doing. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, that's what we do. We try to. My goal for a long time was trying to get on the road with one of these like big names comedians, and I've done like I've done like stuff with some cats, Marlon Wayans, like I say, Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney, rest in peace.
Rest in peace
Yeah.
to Paul Mooney. I got a story about him too later. And and I'm blanking on some of the cats I work with, but Tony Rock was one that like took me a few times. So I've done some stuff with some people, just never became that like right hand wingman opener that goes everywhere. Yeah, I mentioned Marlon Wayans. Yeah, I got my wife. She's like whispering me some of my interview. You interviewing two people right now, Siobhan. You ain't even just interviewing me.
On the camera.
You want to jump here for a second? She chilling. but yeah, so yeah, that we're always trying to do that and like kind of, just do whatever you got to do to try to get on or whatnot. Be on the road, be that, passing out a bunch of flyers. People don't pass out flyers no more, but passing out a bunch of flyers. She ready now.
Okay.
Mrs.
Hi.
How you doing? I'm good.
This Siobhan Sandrell.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you for making sure he got to his interview on time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I'm responsible. How you know it wasn't me? She's like, yeah, I know the wife helped you.
I know it's the wife. Listen.
It's always the wife. They don't appreciate us.
No.
See, I wasn't married when we met her when I was really in the streets back then. And, now
You weren't in no streets.
she don't be believing me.
He feel like he was a gangster. You ain't no gangster. Walking around with jokes. I'll make you laugh. Watch out now.
So we know who writes your jokes.
Not at all. Not at all. I do take some of them every now and then because you gotta use all inspiration or whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Just grinding, trying to. I think to answer your question, yeah, it's kind of like coming up like the rappers for sure.
Okay.
The only difference is the rappers. Has the rappers ever had their wife come in the interview? The rap they don't, because they can't convey the lifestyle.
No, not yet. No.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. I don't think I've interviewed any married people yet.
Really?
No, not yet.
I just made history.
You did. The first married person.
No.
So the boy gonna get mad, but it's okay. You can be first. So outside of touring and books, you've been on television. You've done comedy specials.
Yeah, I did Showtime at the Apollo. And yeah. Yeah. I did Showtime at the Apollo. Got to meet Steve Harvey. He was cool. And the girl, see, I wasn't on there when Kiki Shepard was on there. That was the only thing that was kind of disappointing, right? Because when you think Showtime at the Apollo, you think Steve Harvey, you think Kiki Shepard, But I was on there with, what's her name from the Cheetah Girls? Adrienne Bailon, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I was on there with her. And it was a cool experience, man. I was nervous, I ain't gonna lie, because they can boo you or whatnot. And went up there, did my thing. But your first time in that environment, even though I've been in environments where you can get booed before and done my thing, I ain't gonna lie and say that it ain't happened before. It has happened before. When I was young in the game, I got booed at a club in Houston called the Horn, and it was like training for the Apollo. They like encourage you. They like, yeah, man. When these new comics get up here, don't let them make it. Let them know that they need to work on their thing. And so you get up there, and I might have had a drink or two, trying to down these nerves and get up there, and I was hitting it. A lot of new comics, they was going up there getting booed like first or second joke. I got to about joke number 5, and then I think that alcohol was like, all right, you on your own. And and the booze started coming in. I remember you in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So I remember Dwight Howard, he was playing with the Orlando Magic at the time. He was in the crowd that night. I think the Rockets was playing Orlando. And him and Rashad Lewis was in the crowd the night I got booed or whatnot. So I was like, damn, I got booed in front of Dwight Howard. But I ain't feel that bad because he was like 7 foot and had on a little bitty shirt. Like all his arms was showing. He was dressed the way they dress now, like the skinny jeans and stuff. He was dressing like that back then. So I don't. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, man, Showtime at the Apollo. Some couple other things here and there. Like you said, I got a taping a special coming out later. Not coming out later, but I'm taping a special at the end of the month that I plan on putting on Apple and all the streaming platforms and Roku and all that stuff. So yeah, we working out here in NDStreets.
Nice. I can't wait for that.
For sure.
You did something on TLC called My Feet Are Killing Me.
I did. I forgot about that.
Say that.
What's that?
What was that about? My feet are killing me. What's that about?
Well, that was something that I did kind of like, I guess, kind of like in a comedic relief type deal, but at the same time, kind of for real type deal. Like my feet aren't the best feet out there, like I'm not always in these streets, but my feet are. Okay. My feet, yeah, they about that life, gang or whatnot. So found out about it. It was like, yo, are your feet messed up? And I was like, yes, they are. So they submitted my stuff. They reached out to me, and yeah, basically they were supposed to help me. I don't think they helped me that much. Feet still out there, gang. Feet still out there, gang. Like the lady, so they had a lady on there. She was supposed to she had created some type of coating and stuff that's supposed to make some type of cosmetic thing for your toes. And she messed it up on TV. And she was real embarrassed about it. And she was like, you know what, when you come, if you call me, we'll take care of it stuff. So I called her, this was supposed to be off camera. I called her and she kind of went back on her word and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's tough out here. So, if your feet is killing you, just, thug it out. Don't go on TV with that.
Okay. I do remember that.
That's my message to the people, to the world.
Let your feet just hurt. Okay.
Yeah. That's my message. That's my message to the street. If your feet is hurting, don't put them on TV.
Okay. You also, some years ago, I think you did, what was it? Like a Last Comic Standing, or it was like one of those type of shows or something, right?
I did not Last Comic Standing. So I've done something that was under a similar title, but not necessarily. It was like a competition or whatnot. So I did that. I done NBC Diverse Stand Up for Diversity, and they do that every year. Made the finals one year, and if you win, you get I don't know what you get. You get to do some stuff with NBC, but I didn't win. But it puts you in a good position. Like people know you and stuff, so you kind of in the I guess on their radar, I should say, or whatnot. Because the way somebody put it to me, in this comedy game, it might be like this in the rap game too, but in the comedy game, you're seeing more than you think. You kind of think you just out there, but these people they kind of know. I've been in it 12 years now, so they kind of know what's going on or whatnot. But I guess, these industry people, a lot of times I think they kind of waiting on you to build your buzz up even higher or tougher than they latch on and be like, yeah, look who I found. No, I did all this. You helped a little bit, but you wasn't with me shooting in the gym when I was looking for you. But yeah, it's a grind at the end of the day. But so I didn't do Last Comic Standing, but something like it or whatnot. It wasn't televised, I should say.
Okay. But you've definitely been putting in your work.
Oh yeah.
That's dope. That's really
putting in that work, doing festivals and stuff. I think I hit you something I was doing in Atlanta. I thought you was in Atlanta at the time or whatnot. He was like, nah, I'm in Orlando. Cause you be moving too. I've been moving around too. But Siobhan be moving around too. By the time I get to Orlando, Siobhan gonna be in Baltimore. I'm like, damn.
I am not going back home.
Cause you was that's where you from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Baltimore. Yeah, I might be in LA somewhere and bump into Siobhan. Siobhan, what you doing here? In these streets?
In the streets. You never know.
But yeah, we just steady grinding or whatnot. The wife and I, we working on doing like a duo show.
Okay.
Where we do a comedy like on stage together. Right now we've been we'll do it where she kind of goes up first and then I go up. She'll do 30 minutes up top and I do about 30 to 45 minutes. And I kind of incorporate some of the stuff, some of the BS she was saying about me and her jokes. And so I kind of incorporate that in my set the record straight or whatnot, tell my side of the story. And then I'll call her back up at the end of the show and we'll do about 15 to 20 minutes together. And then she'll kind of play off some of the stuff I said, reset the record straight. Cause the wife always got to get the last word, and so we'll do that. And then we'll like end with like a little freestyle at the end of the show. Cause my comedy's a bit interactive or whatnot. I mess with the audience a bit. I see what's going on. So when we do our show together and we end with the freestyle, we'll kind of like drop names in the bars and something funny that was said and stuff like that. Because I'm a comedian, but I got a few bars too.
You keep that same energy because we're gonna come back to that.
Biz? I was just talking.
we gonna call you out on it. So
we're gonna do a little funk flex.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little funk flex, but Acapulco though.
You say you're what?
We're gonna do funk flex, but we're gonna do an Acapulco though.
Acapulco? Okay, that's what's up.
But so coming up, who were some of your biggest influences?
I think everybody watches Martin, right? Like,
yeah.
Till this day,
Yeah.
And I'm watching it and I'm binging it now. Like, I don't get how that show, and it ain't the only show, there's other ones. I don't get how that show is like still crying funny till this day, right? Hey. And so Martin Lawrence for sure. And you know what it is too, when you watch it when you're a kid, you don't get all the jokes and the innuendos. And then you get older and you're like, oh, they're a little nasty on this show. Or whatnot. Yeah. Get that, right? And but Martin Lawrence for sure, man, just his like silliness and crazy. Jamie Foxx was also another one. Like I'm kind of different because like a lot of people like comedians or artists, like when you ask like their favorite, they can always give you that one or they top 3 or 5 or whatnot. But mine's like, it always like flip flop with me. You know what I'm saying? I could like this person here and then he'd be my favorite, but Martin Lawrence is definitely in the mix. Jamie Foxx. Right now, I would say Dave Chappelle for sure I think he's the GOAT right now. I was big on DL Hughley coming up. Another guy more current, Deion Cole is dope. Uh-huh. And so, yeah, cats like that. And then these are some names that the average fan or person might not know, but I always like to give homage to my OGs in Houston when I was coming up. Keir Spades, Ali Sadiq, they're the main 2. Leroy Williams, they're the main 2 or 3 that jump at me or whatnot. So shout out to all them.
Shout out. So why do you think some comedians have better success than others? Do you think it's because of their willingness to do more, or is it about work ethic, attitude? Like, what in your opinion?
It's all about whoever can kiss the best ass. Like you kiss some good ass, you gonna make it. I'm joking. I think although there's an element in there too, but I'm joking. But I think honest the truth, it's a combination of all that. When I say ask you, it's really relationships more than anything. Relationships, work ethic for sure. And sometimes I think a lot of it is being in the right place at the right time. Like a lot of it, I think, is happenstance, but you got to put the work in to kind of get yourself in those positions to be seen or whatnot, because, you know, you can be in the right place in the right time, but if you ain't that dude, then, you know, it ain't going, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing a show at the Laugh Factory and there's this, if Ice Cube is in the audience looking for somebody for his next movie, right place, right time. But if you don't bring it that night, then, you know, then you don't get that look or whatnot. But if you do bring it that look and he like you, yo, bam. So I think a lot of it is that, because you got some guys that are really, really, really funny and really talented and work hard, but don't always get the same shine or whatnot. And I just think it ain't broke for them like that yet. Not to say it won't happen, but it just ain't broke. But the comedy game, you got your exceptions, cats that blow up really fast, but the majority of comedians, it take them about 20 years. I'm in year 12, still pushing and clawing. So the majority, it take like, John Witherspoon told me out his own mouth. He said it took him 20 years before he really just like popped.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, baby, do that thing.
But yeah, him, Lunel, like, so ultimately I say it's a combination of those three: relationships, work ethic, and, you know, right place, right time.
Okay. So
got to pray a little bit too. You pray a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Always. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but
I ain't know nothing about that.
T.I. has been
T.I. Oh yeah.
comedy.
Yeah. It take a lot to really get me like bent out of shape about something. So it's people that's really bent out of shape about T.I. doing comedy. And I don't know why, you know. Gucci Mane was doing comedy too. And I didn't see that. Yeah, Gucci Mane was doing comedy. I didn't see people getting as bent out of shape. Not Gucci Mane, I'm sorry. Young Jock was doing comedy. And I don't see that many people getting upset about Young Jock doing comedy. Blake Griffin, the basketball player, he was doing it. So, you know, a lot of comedians, I saw someone put it like this. Most comedians used to rap back in the day anyways. And that's true. All of us, like, we all trying different things. People that do comedy, they rap, they want to be a basketball player at one point. People that play basketball, they rap, they think they funny, they think they comedians. People that work on cars, they think they can rap, you know what I'm saying? They be in there working on, yeah, man, as soon as I get out this hood, man, you know, they be in there trying to do they whatever. And so he just a person. At the end of the day, he's a person. He's established in his field of rapping and talking using extracurricular words that don't nobody else know half the time. And now he want to do comedy, which, you know, should work out for him because he got the vocabulary. You know, comedians have a massive vocabulary. He got the vocabulary to do what he wants to do expeditiously. And yeah, I go ahead and, you know, I'm gonna come out. I changed my stance. I'm gonna go. So I grew up, like, I wasn't a big T.I. fan, right? Because I was, you know, he was beefing with my favorite rapper, Lil Flip, down in Houston. So, so that's why I'm at on that. But now that he's in the comedy field, who knows? We might run into each other. Like, yeah, man, I heard you didn't like me because you was a Lil Flip fan. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. And I'm gonna have to, like, yeah, man, you came to Houston, man, and that wasn't cool. You came to the land of the screw, and that one, so screw you. But I hope he does, you know, I hope he does his thing, write some jokes and do his thing. Maybe I could be his ghostwriter. Maybe.
But as somebody that's been around, you said 12 years in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's so many comedians out there that probably been in the game much longer and probably haven't done half the stuff you've done.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's fair? That, you know, because of who he is people just automatically run with it and not necessarily make him prove himself as a comedian?
You know what? I'll be honest, it don't seem fair because, like I said, I've seen some of the arguments, both sides about that. Like, you know, because I think he's doing some type of, it might have passed already, but some type of big theater show. But at the end of the day, it's just like Jay-Z, right? Mm-hmm. He's probably the GOAT rapper, the GOAT MC, right? So you might have somebody that's been working on clothes all their life, and it take them 25 years to get opportunities to get their clothes in these fashion shows or you know, to make a great living off designing clothes. But Jay-Z, he can come in and get these opportunities much faster because he's built the brand, albeit in a different field, but he built the brand. So yeah, it does seem unfair, but when you build the brand, even though in a different field, you did put in time. And right. So that awards you to skip some of the steps when you choose to launch into other fields or whatnot. So it does seem unfair, but I think the unfairness really comes from the people around. You know what I'm saying? Not it's like you're not so much mad at T.I., but you're mad at the bookers that like, yo, man, I've been doing my thing. But at the end of the day, you know, they're all about making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know T.I. is not as good as a comedian, but his name being on this card is gonna bring in more money than your name being on this card, even though you're great. So until we build that brand, that's what we got to deal with.
So somebody coming up or who doesn't have the recognition, if they're smart, could easily benefit from doing a show with T.I. And hopefully T.I. will start to build other comedians up.
Yeah. I think that would be definitely smart. If T.I. came to Houston or wherever town I'm at or he's at, and where, you know, I'm in the vicinity or he's in the vicinity and he's doing a show and they like, yo, Mickey, can you do that show? I'll put aside my, you know, little flip differences and do the show. You know, that's some bullshit you said about Flip, but let's go ahead and let's make this money.
Gotcha. So you got to work with legendary people, as you named some legendary people. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what was it like to work with Marlon Wayans?
It was great. It was dope. It was like this a Wayans brother, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Someone we grew up watching on TV. So it's always kind of that, like, as I get older, like I'll be 35 next month, you know, so you know, I'm at the age where I'm like hiding gray hairs, you know what I'm saying? Before I jumped on, I was like, let me pluck that one. Still young. Still young. You're right. But yeah, like when I first started, like, you know, you walk in and you're like, man, like, yo, I'm sitting next to this cat. I used to watch him on TV and all that cool stuff. But he was real cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, most of them, they'll give you their number or whatnot, you know, maybe you call, maybe you don't, but like one person, like, I ain't gonna say who it was right now. I might change my mind again later, but one cat, you know, got his number. He was like, man, whenever you come to LA, man, I got a club, man, I get you some time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. I get to LA and then I hit him up. He was like, who this? I'm like, okay. And I go to the club and he was like, oh, okay. Once he saw me, you know, he remembered who I was. Didn't get to go up that night, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They call it Hollywood talk. I'm guilty of it too. Some of these young comedian punks try to come up and like, yo, Mickey, man, can I get in your show? Like, man, chill out, you young punk. But anyways, Marlon Wayans was dope. He was real dope. Like I said, super cool. I asked him a question about writing movies and he gave me like all this game. And he actually, he was like, man, you got to read these books, yada, 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 yada. And he was like, man, shoot me your address. I'll send you the books. So gave him my address. He sent me the books or whatnot. So that was like the coolest coolest thing ever or whatnot. So yeah, he was dope, and he was working on I don't know if you saw his last comedy special. He dropped one about a few months ago, but when I worked with him, he was working on that material or whatnot. So it was cool to see his discipline, because he would work on his material like for those shows, and then once he was done with it, he'd go into like some stuff that he was more comfortable with, and then he really turns up. So he's like, let me do this material that I want to shoot a special with, and once I finish that, I'll do some stuff. And then, it was kind of cool to see like up and close. And it was like, yeah, if you got any things you think that in comedy world we call it tagging, like you got a joke and then a comedian might add a little, man, if you said this, I think it'll get a laugh here. And so he was open to that. Most comedians are. Like, I've had people tag up some of my stuff and make the joke better. So yeah, he was cool, and yeah, good time, fun time.
Nice. So how does a comedian come up with material in that's funny? Like, how do you do that? How do you
just basically like, you watch another comedian on TV, and then you just say everything he say. You just tweak it a little bit, and then that's your joke.
That sounds like
I'm playing. She like, really? Nah.
I mean, it sounds like what people do for real.
No, you got some people doing that, but nah, for me, I always like, when I started, and still a little bit now, like, I was very like depreciative.
Okay.
Well, basically, like, you kind of talk about yourself a lot, like, because I used to get teased a lot anyways or whatnot, being dark skinned, having a lazy eye, being cockeyed, all that cool stuff. And so I would draw on some of that stuff, and being a skinny man, 120 pounds, give or take. But I was, talk about stuff like that, my parents. And so just basically, like, my material will come from just kind of stuff I was dealing with or around me and stuff like that. And how I used to come up with mine was I would walk the neighborhood and just kind of envision myself on stage, and I'm coming up with the material that way. So I wasn't like one that really like sit down and write jokes, but just I kind of hit the neighborhood and just like kind of let it come to me. Mm-hmm. And the more I'm doing that, the more jokes I'm writing, the more I'm creating and stuff like that. And when I very, very first started, I had a different set every week. And until someone pulled me to the side and they're like, yo, what you're doing is dope. You're getting better, but you got to kind of work on a routine, work on a set. So you got to kind of start. So I was like, oh, okay. So then you find the jokes that are working. You start developing that. You add to it. You might have a joke about biscuits and a joke about Obama, and that Obama joke, does okay. The biscuit jokes does okay. And then you find some type of way to merge them. And then now you got this great Obama eating biscuit joke or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I would never make an Obama eating biscuit joke, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you a lame example of how kind of sometimes material pieces together or whatnot. Like, so I got robbed when I was 18, and the dude he didn't have a gun. Like, he said he did, but he didn't, right? And so I was always trying to find a way to like make that a joke when I started doing comedy, and it took like a long time for me to figure out. But then like something, I forget what it was that happened, but basically something happened to where I realized like, oh, okay.
1 second.
But yeah, so basically something happened to where something clicked to where I'm like, oh yeah, I can run this joke now. Dude robbed me with his hand, just basically, at hand point. That ain't like 100% what happened, but through tweaking a little bit, it works or whatnot. Now that I'm married, I say, that was hard to live down. My wife was punking me for 3 weeks straight, man. I come home, I tell her, I say, yo, I got robbed. She like, was the gun loaded? I'm like, nah, he ain't had no gun. He just robbed me with his hand. And so now I can't do nothing around the house without my wife threatening me. She like, do the dishes. I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes. She like, let's try this again, motherfucker. I said, do the dishes. I'm like, all right, damn, that's how we doing it. But stuff. It's just so many different. The opportunity for jokes is really endless if you really just take the time to think and go deep with the thinking. And comedy is all around us. Comedy is in the Zoom, with Siobhan's phone charger going dead, and me just standing here like, okay, what happens next? And then this kid in the background, like, what, mama? I don't know what to do. Comedy is all around us all the time. We're gonna see something funny today with the Super Bowl about to play. And
listen, I know it's gonna be all kinds of meetings going on tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you predicted the Bengals to win 27-17. No, the Rams.
The Rams. Yeah,
Everybody betting on the Rams.
Everybody betting on the Rams?
Seems like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way, but I'm going Rams. Part of me is a little biased because I'm a lot of my family is from Flint, Michigan, so I grew up kind of a Detroit Lions fan.
Okay.
And Matthew Stafford, the quarterback for the Rams, now he was their quarterback, so I'm kind of riding with him and all that cool stuff. And Joe Burrow, he a young pup. He gotta learn a little something.
See, I don't know any names. You just said.
You don't know any names? Yeah.
Nope. But all I have to do is channel the energy, and then I can normally tell you who wins. It's like my sixth sense because I was literally born on the Super Bowl. So
Word.
Yeah. So I always get it right, but I haven't channeled it this year. But I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, channel it for me, then text me because I need to go down and make some bets. Yeah.
I'm at 10%, but I got you.
All right. Bet.
How do you feel about this cancel culture?
You know what? It sucks and it's cool at the same time. It sucks because it's like, yo, who wants to get canceled, right? Like, but at the same time, if you get canceled, you kind of made it a little bit, So you made it when you get canceled, So I'm trying to come up to get canceled.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you plan on when you come up, to get canceled? Are you gonna talk about anybody and specifically any groups or just? I mean, like how does that work? How does that work?
That is that is my favorite question of this entire interview. So, like, who are you gonna talk about to get canceled? Because they're gonna come find this episode or whatnot. They're gonna come digging. They're gonna be like, man, let's see if he's it's gonna be the LGBTQ community. They're gonna be the ones, and let's see what he said about us back in 2022.
They will, and they'll tweet it because they have been going back and putting all these
Yeah, we gotta get this encrypted some kind of. We gotta do something. They all with Siobhan. He was NDStreets, and they gonna use your phrase when they find out. Say what? And then I'm gonna be right, and I'm gonna be out of there. But he was talking about Paul Mooney. He stole from Paul Mooney. Cancel. But for sure. It's gonna be some because you at the end of you can't please everybody.
Right.
You can't please everybody, and I'm really careful for the most part. And I have a filter. My wife filters me. Yeah, she
like filter like what you.
Well, I'll do these colleges, right? And I do a lot of colleges, and the students can be real sensitive. And so sometimes like I'll say some things that I think is cool, but I know I'm kind of pushing it a little bit, and she'll give me this look like, kind of like that. She was doing it right now when I was telling that Paul Mooney story, and she think I'm gonna get blacklisted when people hear that you talking about Paul Mooney. Like, I'm not saying I stole from him or anything like that, but she thinks she's giving me the look right now. I wish I could turn this camera around. Stop it. All right, anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna get canceled by my wife. That's who's gonna be the person that cancels me.
Let's not get you canceled by your wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first comedian. I'm gonna be the first comedian to get canceled by what. That's what happened when these artists when they do something they weren't supposed to do, when they was out there in them streets messing up. Their wife is the one that canceled them. Let me tell y'all, he a cheater. and then they get canceled. But you know what it is? I think I know the group that's gonna cancel me. I think I know the group that's gonna cancel. It'll probably be, I don't know. I'm just wait and find out. It's gonna be somebody you least suspected. Like people that ride bicycles.
A lot of those people.
Yeah.
Just say something.
Because when you're in New York, a lot of people ride their bikes, and if you like open your door and they run into your car, you get fined $10,000, which I don't think is fair. Like they gotta hold themselves accountable too. You know what I'm saying? Just out here riding on this bike, that's gonna end up getting me canceled. I'm gonna injure one of the bicycle people and not be apologetic enough about it, and they gonna cancel my ass.
I don't think you'll be alone, because I know just when I was in Georgia, sometimes the bicycle people were holding up traffic. So
yeah, like, one of them cats banged on my car. Like, I'm at a red light, and and he behind me on a bike, and I guess I didn't take off fast enough. He drove off, banged on the back of my car.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, they have to adhere to the same laws, because I know people that got pulled over by the police on their bike. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be Girl Scouts. I'm gonna take a Girl Scout and not pay them. Who knows? I was a Girl Scout. You was a Girl Scout?
We might have a problem.
It might be your people, Siobhan. Yeah, my sister was a Girl Scout. She always came in last place in the cookie selling contest. Cause my mom did not. My mom tried to help, but my mom, she's tried to sell at the church. My mom didn't have that many friends, and I always came last place.
I got all my badges. So when you was coming up, I hear some comedians start by, talking about fart jokes. Because I don't know what it is about fart that makes everybody laugh. It does. So
fart jokes make you. You know what? So when I was naming those Houston comedians that I looked up to in the day, they pulled my card on that. Not me personally, because I never made those type of jokes, but I learned from early on that, like, yeah, you don't really want to do that or whatnot. And you might come up, and honest the truth, when you get in the game long enough, you wonder like I get why, but then you wonder like why. Like, if it's funny and if it's like well done, then I say do it. But you just don't want no low hanging fruit, like, fart or
can you give me a good fart joke? Like an example of a good fart joke?
I really couldn't. I really could see, because I ain't put the time into crafting a fart a fart joke. I take that back. I actually did think of one. I don't think it's good, but I'm gonna share it with you anyways.
Okay.
All right. How did the joke go? And I only know it because I was going through some of my notes and I came across it. I was like, oh, okay. Let me see if I remember. All right, I don't remember it. I think it's in a notebook. It's in a notebook. Why did the teacher. It was something about why did the teacher pass gas, but I honestly don't remember. I thought I did, but I don't remember.
Okay. Okay.
I give you another one though. I give you another one since I messed up. It's not a fart joke.
Okay.
It's an alcohol joke.
Okay.
All right. I give you two of them. I'll give you two. Why can't you steal liquor from a barn? Because the hen will see.
What? Okay.
The hen will see. I give you more. Why? How do you stop an alcoholic from killing a large group of people? How do you stop an alcoholic from killing a large group of people?
How?
You put the genocide.
You know what? Gary, put these on some ice cream.
Look. I'll do that one at the colleges, right? I got this game I play with the kids called Stash or Trash, and I throw like these little dad jokes at them. And if it's horrible, trash. If they like it, stash. And I always end with that one. How do you stop an alcoholic killing? You put the genocide, because at colleges you got to be careful. So I always ask them like, can I go dark? And they like, yeah, go dark, Mickey. We love the dark stuff. And then I hit them with that one, and they lose their shit. And then I'll say, can I go adult? And they're like, yeah, Mickey, go adult flavor. I'm like, y'all sure? They're like, yeah. And I said, all right, here we go. How do you greet a pair of titties in Spanish? And they're like, I don't know, areola. And they're like, oh shit. Some of them like it, some of them don't. Some of them don't like breast jokes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
But it'd be fun.
Well, I have a game I want to play with you real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do it.
It's called Impressions.
All right.
So I'm going to name 3 random comedians, and you're going to give me your best impression.
3 random comedians?
It's 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
You gotta give me one. You got give me how about we throw a rapper in there too?
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Matter of fact, I'll just name 3 random people. How about that?
3 random people?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, first one, Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relationships with that woman, nor have I had sexual relationships with any woman other than my wife, Hillary. Yes, the pussy gets very bland at times, but that is my wife and the only one. As a matter of fact, I haven't had sex with her in many noons. The last time I had sex with Hillary, Tupac was still living. If that gives you an idea of how long it's been since I've had sex with anybody. I know I probably sound like an old slave too, but anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Jack. See, what is it with this COVID-19, man? It's been 3 years since COVID first hit. COVID is the grown man now. Like, why do we still keep calling it COVID-19, Jack? COVID-19. We should be able to go get a liquor and some Jack and some Hennessy with COVID-19. And what's with this damn booster shot? Okay, they told us, Jack, that we'd only need 1 or 2 doses. Now we got to get a booster shot. And who the fuck administered this Johnson & Johnson, Jack? I'd rather just do cocaine. That's the only needle I want to mess with, Jack. This booster needle, I ain't fucking with it, Jack. Richard would hate COVID.
Yeah, he probably would. Him and Paul Mooney.
Richard gonna kick my ass when I get to heaven for that impression.
Okay.
Mickey, what was that, Jack? I saw you in these streets with Siobhan. What was that, Jack? you need to sit down somewhere, Jack.
Okay. You said a rapper, right?
Yeah, give me a rap. I'm gonna do my Jay-Z impression.
Okay.
This is this is Jay-Z crying to Beyonce. Hey yo, B, you wildin', yo. I wasn't really messing with Rihanna. B, it's your boy. All right, that was Jay-Z crying. Now I'm gonna do.
Now you're gonna do Beyonce responding.
No. I'm gonna do Jay-Z laughing to one of Beyonce's jokes. Hey yo, B, you wildin'. It's the same impression. If he crying, if he laughing. You don't know if he laughing or crying.
So what?
It's your boy, Hove.
Are there any comedians that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Yep, everybody.
Okay.
I only work with a handful. It's so many out there. Dave Chappelle would be the first to come to mind. Bill Cosby. I'll go Bill Cosby, and I could hand him the stuff. He can do what he do, and see, that's gonna get me canceled. That's gonna get me canceled. The Me Too movement. The Me Too movement is gonna come back, and they gonna cancel both of us, Siobhan. They're gonna be like, you let him get away with it. You didn't.
Listen. It's just jokes.
I know, right? So I will say this though. I'm joking about the Bill Cosby, but I will say this. I had a chance to see him like 10 years ago or so, and I wish I did before all this shenanigan came out. So, and I say that because like, if you're a fan of somebody and you have a chance to see them perform, it's like go, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It could be death, it could be scandal, it could be whatever, it could be a health condition that diminishes their performances, going forward or whatnot. So it's like, take advantage of those opportunities when you get it, because you might not get that chance again or whatnot. So it's as far as I say Dave Chappelle. If I had to pick one, it would be him.
Okay. That's a good choice.
If I had to pick a few, it'd be so many, because there's so many artists I haven't worked with.
Yes.
Because I ain't even just thinking like the legends. I'm thinking like some of my peers. Like, well, I've worked with a lot of them, but man, who would be another? D.L. Hughley would be a good one. D.L. Hughley would be a good one as well. And I'm gonna leave it at them too.
That wasn't the D.L. Hughley show I met you at?
No, that was like a random. It was a random show.
Okay.
It was like that was like a real random. It wasn't no like famous person at that show.
Okay, because he did come to 21.
Okay. Yeah, I won at that one.
Okay, all right. You'll get the next one.
Yes.
So, being a Black comedian.
That is me.
That African kid, as he called you.
Yes.
Would you say that there's more challenges being a Black comedian than there are for other nationalities?
I would say so. But I'm careful like not to buy into that like too. I think, if you really just, put your work in, but I would say, in a sense, I would say, yeah, because let's go with like the Tonight Show, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a certain like look and style those type of shows want, mm-hmm. And the average African American comedian doesn't fit that mold. You know what I'm saying? And we can tend to be, very high energy, physical with our style. You don't always see that on those type of shows, Comedy Central, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one aspect of it. Traditionally, like in the 90s, 80s, and early 2000s, like and this has been mentioned before, like a lot of times there was always only one Black comedian that was really on top. At one point it was Dick Gregory, then after him it was Bill Cosby, then it was Richard Pryor, then it was Eddie Murphy. You could throw Robin Harris in there for a little bit, then Martin Lawrence, then Chris Rock, and then Mike Epps, then Cat Williams, and then Kevin Hart, and then who else? You know what I'm saying? So it always felt like while there was other cats in there, that you knew about, it was always like one main top guy or whatnot. And so I think that was always like kind of a challenge as being like an African. You never, it's not like with hip hop where, if you think of the top guys, you can go 4, 5, 6, 7 names deep. You can go Kendrick, you can go J. Cole, you can go.
It's only with the men though, not females.
That is true. Yeah. With the women, the same thing. It's always only one top female MC at a time. If it's not Lil' Kim, it's Foxy Brown. If it's not her, it's Nicki Minaj. Then it's Cardi B. Then Megan. Exact same thing or whatnot. But hopefully we can get to a point. In this social media age, I think it's going to change and disrupt some of that to where like, it can be a bunch of us like shining at the same time.
So, but with social media, they are on this fact checking, crap now. You can't really exercise your First Amendment right without the fear of being banned. Like that has to like put some kind of barrier on social media famous comedians.
Yeah, it's weird because like I know like I'm friends Desi Banks, right, who's a real big on Instagram and stuff. And I know he kind of had a situation with something he said, and I think who was it? Was it B Simone? I think she kind of got into a little situation or whatnot. So yeah, it's like as a comedian, and but you know what? Sometimes I think controversy sells too. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I've made things. I had a when DMX passed away, I had a skit I was working on that I don't think by any stretch it was anything bad about him, but it was. All right, so I don't know if you remember when he passed away, they were saying it was a drug overdose, right?
Right.
And but there was also people saying that he took the vaccine. So some people was thinking that the vaccine might have, been the reason why he passed away or whatnot. And so my skit idea was, I'm chilling and I'm saying to myself like, yo, ever since DMX passed, man, it's really pushing me to think about my sobriety. So you know what? I ain't doing no more drugs, nothing like that. I'm playing a character at this point. No more drugs and stuff like that. And then you hear somebody in the background say like, nah, he took the vaccine. And I'm like, what? Oh, he took the vaccine? So now all of a sudden all these drugs start popping up. I'm rolling up weed and stuff like that. And at first I'm thinking he OD'd, but now that I got the information that it was a vaccine, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I was gonna I shot it and everything. I was gonna post it, but I didn't like the way it came out all the way, so that's why I didn't. And stuff like that is like time sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't post it now because he passed away 9 months ago or whatnot. So that's why I didn't post it. But I knew that like it could have been controversial because it could have been people seeing that took that the wrong way, like, oh man, he just passed or too soon and stuff like that. But I give that example to say. Sometimes when I'm caught in that crossroad, sometimes it's like sometimes you just gotta do it and see what happens. A lot of times when we get nervous about stuff, it's because like success is on the other side of those nerves. Like it's something in you that whatever's in you that's telling you like, oh man, this is too risky. You shouldn't do that. It's probably because there's success on the other side of that voice telling you that it's too risky or whatnot. So sometimes controversy can be a good thing. Sometimes it can sell. Sometimes it can kick you in your ass. And, at the end of the day, if you feel like you got to say something, say it,
Yeah.
If you feel like you need to keep your mouth shut, then keep your mouth shut. So.
But I mean, I've noticed a lot of comedians are very, very intelligent. And no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
They're very intelligent. And but they're kind of assholes too. So yeah, I mean, comedians have that sarcastic, sense of humor. And if you don't have thick skin, you can get offended very easily.
Yeah, that's true. And comedians, but the thing is too, comedians are sensitive too. We're very sensitive. A lot of us dish it and can't take it. But a lot of us can, but a lot of us can't. But yeah, just wired differently. Yeah, I've heard people say that, you know what I get a lot about being a comedian. They say, you guys are brave, and it took a while for me to grasp that, because to me, when I think of brave, I think of people that go fight in the war and sign up to be in the Air Force and stuff like that. That's what I think of as brave, being a boxer and stuff like that. Like I don't look at comedy like that, but I guess then you find out that public speaking is one of the biggest fears in the world and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, I guess being a comedian is a brave thing to do, or any type of public speaking. But I get to your point. Yeah, I guess sometimes, we can be, we had this platform. We grew up like saying stuff at inopportune times, getting in trouble by the teacher and stuff like that. And so, I don't think all of us are assholes, but, I don't know if you mean asshole in like a lot of them are. I don't get me wrong, but
not necessarily a bad thing, but
I get what you're saying. But yeah, we can be sarcastic, because sometimes even if we don't say it, like when somebody says something, like our brain thinks of some shit. So we might say it, we might not, but it's just it hits us a certain way or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And so one of the codes when you're a comedian too is like, yo, if it's funny, then it kind of covers wounds at times. Not all the time, but it kind of covers wounds. Like you might have some people talk about some political stuff and it might be touchy, but if it's funny, right, it'll cut. I'll give you an example. I did this show, right? And this dude was bombing. He's doing horrible, right? Up in Chicago. And the host gets up there and he's like, yo, man, he tells the comedian, he's like, man, people ain't trying to hear that political, bullshit or whatever, right? So I'm out at the bar getting a drink, and this other guy comes up to me. He was like, I had got off stage too. I did my thing or whatnot. This other guy comes up to me. He says, yo, it's not that we don't mind the political stuff. It just wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can be a bit of, asshole and sarcastic sometimes, but, if it's funny and if it's done in good taste, it can cover wounds. And now if it's done maliciously, then,
okay.
Yeah, I can't speak for everybody, because I'm a sweetheart. Like I don't like hurting people's. Like I feel like when I'm on stage, I do mess around. I talk about people, but I do it in a way that they can laugh at it too or whatnot. Right. It ain't gonna be like me talking about somebody and everybody's like this and looking at them, and you know what I'm saying. But they can laugh at it too. Like, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna just talk about the shirt. I'm a kind of question, why you made that decision to wear that shirt. And that
seems to be the thing. I know for me, going to a comedy show, I never want to sit in the front row. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna get picked on.
It happens. It happened to me one time. You know Donnell Rawlings?
Yeah. I know he is.
Yeah, because as when I'm watching comedy, I'm normally like in the back, you know what I'm saying? But he was at the Houston Improv, and the crowd was really light that night. And the staff, you know, they always let the comedians watch the show. They say, can y'all sit up front this particular show? It's a really light night. It was all right. And I sat up front, and Donnell Rawlings like ripped into me. He didn't know I was a comedian at the time. And he was like, man, look at this African cat. Everybody always thought I was African, not Nigerian. Everybody think I'm from Africa, and I'm not. I mean, I guess I am, but like not recently.
You and Michael Blackson might need to team up.
Maybe so, mother sucker, but I don't want to work with that mother sucker. Yeah, I can get jiggy with Michael Blackson, but he's I have worked with him before, but yeah, man, he said this African, and I was eating like some French fry. He said, man, he's eating the shit out them fries. He got them big old claw hands, and he eating them 8 fries at a time. And he just went in on me and African, like everything. And I was like, yo, why did I sit right here? So I get what you're saying. And a lot of people be afraid, like, don't talk about, I don't know. I'm in a different, like, I'm on the opposite end of when people say that, because I'm the comedian. And some people like getting talked about. Like my dad, he'll come to my shows, right? And my dad's like, he's like a big hoe, right? My dad had a bunch of side chicks. He is. And he'll bring like young girls to my show and stuff. Okay. My dad gonna get canceled after this interview. And my dad, he'll bus driver. He's not gonna get to drive the bus no more. People won't ride his bus ever again after this interview. But he liked to get talked about. He'll tell me like, yeah, son, if you see an angle, you want to go at me, go ahead. If you make your show great, man, go ahead. And a lot of times I do take him up on that.
He's a great sport.
For sure.
So when you roast somebody, how would you do it? Like if you was to roast me right now, how would you do it?
I wouldn't like roast you. I would just kind of make fun of what's going on. It wouldn't be like Siobhan out here got on this all white looking like a milk lady, and we supposed to be having a professional interview, and she got her titties all out. Okay, this is a professional. This is a professional interview. You're not trying to get a job, Siobhan. You ain't got to impress me. Okay? I'm a married man. She got the titties all out. thinking I'm gonna help her get a job. That ain't what happened. So I just pick on little stuff like that.
I want you to tell Marlon Wayans.
You said what?
I want you to pass it along to Marlon Wayans.
Pass it. Marlon ain't doing nothing with them titties either, okay? No, he probably would. But you know what's funny? My sister hit me too when I told her. I was like, yeah, I got Marlon Wayans gave me his number. She was like, yeah, let me get Marlon's number. I said, you will certainly not. I can't just be passing people's number to you.
I mean, you know.
You kind of favor my sister too.
Really?
The hair mainly. She got the she has the natural and the dreads going on and all that. The locks, yeah. I'm not. Anyways.
It's okay. So, for somebody that is looking to get into stand-up comedy,
don't do it. Don't do it. I'm playing, but I'm for real too. But no, just go ahead, finish you. I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, because that's what I was gonna say. What advice do you have? You say don't do it. No. Really, I always give the same answer to this question.
And it's very, 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 very cliche. But I think it's I just think it is what it is. Anybody looking to jump into this game, get on stage as many times as you can. It's just like if you want to be a basketball player and you want to get good, what are you going to do? You're going to practice a lot. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to get some reps and you're going to get some games. You're going to shoot. If you want to be good in this craft, hit as many stages as you can. I always like to share this story too, to back what I'm saying. My second year in comedy, I think that was the year that I probably hit this, like was getting on stage as much as I was. So anywhere in Houston that I could find a stage, be a comedy stage, I used to hit the poetry. That's how I met my wife. She was a poet. I used to go to the poetry scene and I was like the comedian of the poetry scene or whatnot. And I used to hit the karaoke stages. So I'm always on stage. So I can say with confidence in 2011, like nobody in Houston was touching the stage to tell jokes more than I was, right? Because I'm not just hitting comedy stages, I'm hitting everything, right? And it paid off when they had this comedy, Houston's Funniest Competition of the year. And I came in second. I didn't win, but I came in second. But the person that beat me, he was like a 10-year veteran in the game, but everybody else was like 5 years or less. And I came in second or whatnot. And I think that came from the hard work of just putting in the work, putting in the reps. And I had a conversation about this with another guy. And he was like, he feels the same way. The most growth he ever had in his comedy. He had been in the game like 20 years. It was like the most growth he ever had in comedy was his second year. He was just always on stage. Because when you know that is going to be your most growth, like those formative years or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so just hitting the stage as much as you can early, because it gets harder the more years you put in the game. You can't be in here like 7 or 8 years and you like, you know what? I'm gonna work hard now. Like, you're older now. You know, I was younger then. I was 22. You're older. You got, life kind of pulls you from doing all that stuff when you're younger and you just reckless and you like, you know what? You fearless. You like, you know what? I'm gonna be a beast in this game or whatnot. So just when you get in, man, just utilize that energy and just hit them stages. Do work on as many different jokes and material as you can. Like when I told you I was doing a different set each week and until they told me to start working on a routine, that was great. But I almost wish I didn't listen to that because I was pulling from so much different, because I went wide, I had a lot to pull from. So when I started building my set, I had a lot to pull from because I went wide, if that makes sense or whatnot. So I say starting off, I say throw as much stuff out there. And then when you start building that set, you got a lot to pull from instead of just jumping in and working on this one little routine. Like, but that might work too. That might work too. I'm just giving the people, my perspective on this or whatnot. So go out there, try different stuff, throw out there, see what sticks, and then start crafting your set that way. But the main thing is just hitting that stage.
Staying consistent. So what's next for Mickey Housley?
Yo, I couldn't wait for this question. I couldn't wait. I was like, yeah. I said, I'm doing this with Siobhan just to answer this question. March 31st, Houston, Texas. I got my own night at the Houston Improv. See, in Houston, right? Like, yeah. Bah, 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 bah. Nice. So, yeah. So in Houston, right, it's weird. Like, it's different from like LA and Chicago and New York, because those are the big markets, right? So everybody has these goals to be on TV and all that stuff, But in Houston, everybody wants to, it's a small-minded goal for sure, no doubt. But everybody wants to be at the Houston Improv. It's the premier club in Houston. And I think a lot of those smaller markets are like that. St. Louis, Cleveland, I think they all want to be at their premier club or whatnot. So, and I've worked that club plenty of times, but this would be my first night, there. You know, my name will be on the billboard and the lights and all that, the marquee and all that cool stuff. And I'm taping to put this album out on all the streaming platforms, because what we're doing, we're trying to raise our visibility at this point. You know what I'm saying? And so Apple, Spotify, what's the one, Jay-Z, Tidal?
Yeah, Tidal.
Yeah,
so
that one.
It's going to be audio.
Audio?
It's just going to be an audio that you're taping for?
It's gonna be audio for sure. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna record it live too. I'm just kind of undecided on if I'm gonna push that, but like my goal for doing this is to make it audio. But I am gonna film it. I'm gonna have the live footage of me. I just don't know 100% what I'm gonna do with that yet. But yeah, I in any case, we're gonna have this album on all the streaming platforms, and then on XM radio and all that cool stuff. So the Kevin Hart LOL network and all that cool stuff, because we raising the visibility. And then we want to do another one, and then we want to write another book, and then we want to do this husband wife comedy tour. And we're building our platform on YouTube as well. The people can subscribe to our channel. Mickey Ann Sandrell YouTube channel. They can subscribe to that, see our videos, our silly stuff. She slaps me around a lot on camera. And so the main thing that's next is March 31st. If y'all watching this, get down to Houston, to the Houston Improv. If you don't live in Houston, make travel arrangements, okay? Any excuse you can think of, I got to diffuse for. You got kids, forget them kids, okay? You ain't got you live far, start leaving the night before.
Okay.
Whatever it is, okay? Okay. You ain't got no excuse. You broke, start saving today.
Right, it's tax time. They got their tax money.
They got, thank you. You got the tax money, okay? You got the tax money. Some of y'all got, my brother, he got twins. He get a twin income tax, okay? You get double the money, okay? So no excuse not to be at this show. You ain't got no car, get on the bus, okay? You ain't got nothing to wear, come naked. I don't care. Just be at the show March 31st. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be off the chain.
It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be really dope. I know it is. I might have to come myself. Never been to Houston.
Never?
No.
You was
right
there. Say it again.
I was born in Texas.
You was born in Texas?
Yeah.
Dallas?
No, Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls. That's I thought that was Kansas.
No, it's a small city, Wichita Falls. Not Wichita, Texas, but Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Closer to Oklahoma. It was on the Air Force Base. I'll never get to go there. So
yeah, you gotta get down. You gotta come down. You was in Shreveport. You was only 4 hours away from us.
I know.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you
go to New Orleans. So
yeah. We gotta get you down, because you are a because you in these streets, okay?
Yeah, I am.
You in these streets, and you give me this big city girl vibe, you know. You be chilling, but you cool too, right? And you in these streets, and so I know you got down with Atlanta at one point. Yeah. You got to get to Houston.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to make my way to Houston.
Even if it's not for this show, March 31st, it should be. But even if it's not, you got to get to Houston.
I will. I'm gonna have to make a trip. Oh, do you wish that there was other shows like an In Living Color that still existed today? Yeah,
because it's just weird, because TV ain't what it used to be, you know. And it's all these streaming platforms and apps, and you got to change with the time. I'm guilty of it too. I get stuck in the old way, but you gotta, if you can be on top of the tide, you know, you'll be better off. And but yeah, I do, because I always had another goal of mine was being on a sitcom, you know, having my own sitcom or whatnot. I dabbled with writing one, but I didn't like finish it or whatnot. So, I know if I put my mind to it, I can, I'll, get it together. I got a friend that actually, he's a Houston guy. He got a show on Showtime called Flatbush Chronicles or something like that. I forget the name of it. So it's a doable thing, but I wish, all that stuff, living single, living color, because it's another opportunity. But speaking of that though, like what that show did for like a lot of the comedians, that show and like Def Jam, like it blew a lot of them up. But in the same token, I think that's what Nick Cannon and Wildin' Out is doing for like today's generation of comedians or whatnot. So I don't know. I know he kind of got in some trouble, so I don't know if Wildin' Out is still going to be a thing or not.
I don't know. I think it's still on. They just came back on again recently. I don't know. The only thing I really hear about him now is just having babies. So
yeah. A lot of babies. So yeah, he'll be. I think his focus is. Yeah, I think he set like a record. Yeah, like 8 and 2 months or something like that. So
he had a picture the other day. Somebody sent him a vending machine full of condoms. So I don't know. But
and them are cool.
Yeah, right. Because he's making babies.
Yeah.
Speaking of condoms, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Nice little transition, right?
Nice little segue transition. Yeah, speaking of condoms, we ain't using none of that over here.
Okay.
We ain't using none of that. And cause like I say, we trying to have this baby. And I guess I don't need it anyways. Like I said, I'm out here shooting blanks. I think I'm going in there and they making U-turns. They like, nope, not today. But you know what happened? We actually went to Best Buy today, and I got her some headphones and I said, yo, this is Valentine's, because I got her some headphones, the digital Bluetooth headphones for anniversary or something like that. They ended up getting misplaced, so she needed some new ones. So we was in Best Buy getting a new, ironically, a new tripod to do this interview or whatnot, because I lost my damn tripod. You know what's crazy, Siobhan? Matter of fact, let me just. So this phone is on a tripod right now, right? And I'm on the road. I'm on the East Coast doing this East Coast tour or whatnot. New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, all over the East Coast, right? And lost my tripod along the way. Think I left it at a school, a hotel, I don't know. So I bought this tripod to do this, so I can do this interview professionally with Siobhan NDStreets, right? I was like, I need a little lighting. So I go to my car to get the little light stand or whatnot. I open the box, damn tripod in the box with with the light. So that's why I went to Best Buy. But while we were there, I bought her some more headphones, and I told her, I said, you know what? This is gonna be your Valentine's gift for tomorrow. She didn't like that because my wife is big on surprises. She loves surprises or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So there was a girl in the Best Buy that worked there. I said, yo, if a man gets you a gift and it's not a surprise, like, you ain't tripping, right? She said, oh no, like my dude likes to let me know what he's getting, so he makes sure he get the right one. I don't be tripping. That's all I was trying to tell my wife. But she from the old school. She likes surprises. If it ain't a surprise, it ain't a gift in her book. But so we're gonna have a good gift. Yeah, now I gotta get her something else tomorrow. So we gonna have a good time tomorrow, hopefully.
Hopefully you'll surprise her with that big win today from the Rams, and you can take some of that earnings.
Oh, did your spirit tell you Rams? Did it come in yet? Not yet.
Not yet, but we gonna get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
And you know what? I know the game is about to start. So
okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you too long, because if your wife is like me, she's probably eager to see Mary do her thing today. So
see who?
Mary.
Oh, and Mary J. Blige gonna be on there too?
Halftime.
Yeah, she might be. I'm not. I gotta stop talking about who I like and don't like. I like 2 songs from Mary J. Blige ever.
You gonna get canceled.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to get canceled. He don't like Mary J. Blige canceled. Yeah, that's who gonna cancel me. The Beehive.
Mary fans will cancel.
The Mary fans like.
I'm not so much part of the Beehive. But Mary, you gonna get canceled today.
Bum, bum.
There you go. There you go.
For sure.
So we talked about all of your current things. We know you got March 31st coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else coming out of you?
That's pretty much it for the most part. I just like to let people know that they can follow me on Cash App at # Mickey Housley.
Okay.
And yeah. But no, just Instagram Mickey Housley, and like I say, follow the Mickey and Sandrell channel on YouTube. And other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Catch me at a town or college near you, March 31st, Houston, Texas. And other than that, I ain't. MickeyHousley.com as well. That's the website, MickeyHousley.com. Yeah. And the Improv. Yeah, go to the Improv, Houston Improv, to get the tickets. Yeah, for those watching.
Okay.
Houston Improv.
Your book, we can get it from your website and Amazon.
My website and Amazon.com. Chronicles of a Stand-Up Guy. Super easy read. I think the biggest word is like stage or something like that.
Okay.
So
I do it stage. Ooh. I think I can figure that one out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you could. I think you could.
Okay. So, I need to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term goal.
The long-term goal is to build a platform of. So I write, right? So I'm a write joke. So the long-term platform is to build a platform where people can use me for jokes, and that could be motivational speakers, because I've done that before. I've written material for people who needed it for their speech. That can be TVs that need help writing material into their shows or whatnot. So I want to have a platform of a team of writers, and you come to Mickey Housley. I don't have a name for the service yet, but you come see me and we get that out to you. Okay.
You're gonna big red this thing.
You said what?
You're gonna big red this thing.
Oh yeah.
Just don't throw anybody over the roof, okay?
No. Maybe off a bridge, not a roof.
Okay, a bridge normally might have water under it, so they might be.
We're gonna throw you in some water. We ain't gonna just, you'll have a chance.
Okay. That's all that matters. They have a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can follow you at MickeyHousley.com. Then we got your Mickey Housley on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey Housley on Facebook.
Yeah.
Mickey Housley on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then Mickey and make sure I said it, Sandrell.
Without the H, Sandrell.
Sandrell on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Bam. You got any last words for the viewers?
You know what? I had some that was very inappropriate, so I'm not gonna say that. Just everybody. My brother used to say this. This is inappropriate, but my brother used to say this. I don't know why he used to say this, but every time we would like leave each other, we dab up. He's like, "All right, man, hey, keep your dick over your shoulder." I'm like, "All right, cool." I don't know what that used to mean, but I just want to say, everybody, just be blessed and be safe out here in these streets.
That's gotta be a Southern thing, because It's gotta be such a thing. When I moved to Shreveport, everybody used to say rock out with your cock out. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, rocking with your tackle. No, this is what my football coach used to say. Whenever I played football and we were horrible, we lost every game by 40 points. No bull.
Okay.
And every time we would go out to play right before the game started, he says, "Hey, put the woman and children to bed and put the big dick on the table." And every time we say that, we'd go out there and get whooped by 40 points. I guess we was putting the little dicks on the table and we would lose by 40 points. So I don't know where these slogans come from. But,
you guys got to keep big dicks out if you guys want these winnings. So put your big dicks out, swing them over your shoulder, and rock out with your cocks out.
Rock out with your cock out. There it is. That's going to be the next book. Bam.
Hey. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure talking to you today.
For sure.
I look forward to more Mickey Housley, and I might have to try to seriously make my way to Houston, Texas.
Yeah, no pressure, but if you see an opportunity, we'd love to have you. Pull up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the back though, because you're not gonna roast me in front of people though.
Hey, all good. We'll come see you in the back.
Tell Marlon I'm coming.
I'll let her know. Siobhan gonna be down here in Houston, man. You might want to come through, Marlon. I'll let her know. Wear the same shirt.
Now I'm gonna wear something more revealing for Marlon. It's Marlon. I've been waiting since I was 15 for that moment.
Yeah,
so.
Right. I've been growing these for you, Marlon.
But no, okay. It's been great talking to Mickey Housley.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate you taking the time out to come and share your story with us today.
No problem, Siobhan. I appreciate you. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mickey Housley out here, and you're watching Say What in the Streets with Siobhan. Say what? No problem.
That's it.
Dope.
Hey.
What's up?
You want to suck the head?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey.
What's up?
You gonna eat the tail?
Yeah, I eat the tail.
Oh, snap. Okay.
On them crawfish.
Come on, y'all tell them what we about to do.
We gon' suck the head on them crawfish,
and we gon' eat the tail. Alright, on them crawfish, yeah.
We gon' suck the head, yeah, on them crawfish,
and we gon' eat the tail.